details.
Nigerian Air Force 001 aircraft conveying President Muhammadu Buhari and his entourage arrived Sochi International Airport at 12:30 Tuesday morning local time. The president, accompanied by the governors of Ekiti, Gombe, and Zamfara states, was received by a high-powered Russian government delegation led by the mayor of the city of Sochi, as well as the Nigerian ambassador to Russia. Also at the airport were the Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Security Advisor, and other senior government officials. At the Russia-Africa Summit, President Buhari will join other African and Russian leaders to bring fresh perspectives on some global issues and challenges like nuclear technology, energy development, digital transformation, environment, technical security, mining and steel, education, agriculture, infrastructure, and development strategies.
More than 30 heads of state and prime ministers have pledged their commitment to be here. President Muhammadu Buhari is part of those leaders that have accepted to be here. So it's an important one for our continent. It is important for Russia. At the end of this summit, it is hoped that Nigeria and African countries would put together for themselves a new security architecture for the continent that should hopefully, take from the Russian experience in protecting cities against terrorism, in protecting our borders against infiltration by criminals, inflow of weapons, of drugs, smuggling, and illegal explosives. So security is important. We obviously would expect developments in trade and investment, which lies at the heart of the meeting itself, and such matters that may also impinge on culture, identity, and sovereignty of nations on the continent.
President Buhari is scheduled to meet with President Vladimir Putin of Russia to further strengthen relations in security, trade and investment, as well as building partnership that will enhance Nigeria's huge gas potentials.
Nigerians will not forget Russia's support for the unification of Nigeria, the support they gave to Nigeria during the civil war years, at a time when some of our traditional friends had deserted us. Russia is still doing so much for us, dealing with the procurement of military hardware, in tackling the insurgency, particularly in the northeast. It is important that President Buhari is here at a time when the effort is being made to push out permanently the insurgency in the northeast and infiltration by Islam in West Africa groups. So I believe that a lot will be discussed on matters of military procurement. The Russians have achieved perhaps the greatest success anybody could using the gas resources available to their own country. Nigeria would be talking to Russians on possibilities in enhancing and utilizing our enormous gas resources. There will be discussion on power, iron, and steel. Don't forget Ajaokuta. So all of these things are important in the view of the president, and they will be put on the table.
An African Business Forum, which will bring together African and Russian business leaders, will also be held towards enhancing Russian investments in Africa and promoting African business interest in the Russian Federation. From Sochi, Russia, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Senate President Ahmed Lawan has again met with security officials on tackling security challenges in the Federal Capital Territory. The security meeting is part of the Senate intervention in national security. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo has details.
Less than 1 week after the meeting involving the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, and security chiefs directly in charge of security in the Federal Capital Territory, the parties are back to the drawing board, interacting and finding the best way to improve security situation in the country, especially in the Federal Capital Territory. This particular meeting is basically to widen the scope of participants for a comprehensive approach and to ensure synergy among agencies.
The President of the Minister of Communications is to tell us that we need the application of information technology as the situation demands today. And of course, the presence of the police, the DGNI also tell us that we have some international dimension in addition to the national challenge that we face to the situation.
Senator Lawan used the opportunity to debunk the rumor that the National Assembly locks out the media from the ongoing budget defense sessions.
There is no way that we can shut out the press from what we do. Actually, we need the press to tell Nigerians what we do. You have remained our friends forever, and that was a misunderstanding.
And the meeting dissolved into a closed-door session. President of the Senate also granted audience to the Westminster Foundation for Democracy, during which he informed them that the 9th National Assembly will continue to ensure effective inclusion of youth in its activities, in addition to the Not Too Young to Run bill passed by the 8th National Assembly. He implored those outside political office to also strive to contribute their quota to nation building and ensure that citizens also check the performance of their elected political officers.
We need to capacitate those who are younger, ensure that they participate fully in what we do. But I will continue to advocate that we bring down political education down to primary school level.
I'm delighted to be here with my team, my Nigeria team, and I'd just like to say that the importance of the work that the YPF do. So, thank you very much for that.
The Westminster Foundation for Democracy Group are in Nigeria to witness the inauguration of the Youth Parliamentarian Forum, which by its guidelines makes the President of the Senate its patron. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nko, NTN News.
Still on security matters, the Police Service Commission has approved the appointment of 6 Deputy Inspectors General of Police. 2 of them are to proceed on retirement leave, pre-retirement leave. The remaining 4 are to replace the 4 retired DIGs and also form part of the IGP's management team made up of 7 DIGs. Muslima Shulibu reports.
A statement by Head Press and Public Relations, Ikechukwu Ani, says the remaining 4 are to replace the 4 retired DIGs and also form part of the IGP's management team made up of 7 DIGs. The new DIGs are Abdulzahir Danwawu, Lawal Shehu, Adeyemi Samuel Ogunjemi Lucy, Peter Babatunde Ogunyowo, all former AIGs including Alex Opara, Festin Okoye, former CPS, DIG Ogunjemi Lisu, and DIG Opara are to proceed on pre-retirement leave. The Commission also approved the promotion of 14 Commissioners of Police to the next rank of Assistant Inspector General of Police. The appointments and promotions were the high points of the Commission's 6th plenary meeting held in Abuja on Friday, October the 18th, and chaired by Musiliu Smith, Chairman of the Commission. Chairman of the Commission, Musiliu Smith, says the Commission will continue to closely monitor the performance of these officers and enjoin them to rededicate themselves to the service of their fatherland. He explained that promotion in the force will continue to be based on merit, seniority, and availability of vacancies.
Away from security matters now, the immediate past governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayoshe, has been cross-examined before Justice Chukwujeku Aneke of the Federal High Court in Lagos. Fayoshe was in court on allegation of money laundering and 4 other charges by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to the tune of 6.9 billion naira. Abolore Ubara reports.
He is being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on 11-count charge. He was first arraigned on October 22nd, 2018, before Justice Mojisola Olatoregu, alongside the company, Spotless Investment Limited. He had pleaded not guilty to the charges and was granted bail on October 24, 2018, in the sum of 50 million naira with sureties in like sum. Fayose was subsequently rearranged before Justice Chukwujeku Aneke on July 2nd. He had also pleaded not guilty to the charges and was allowed to continue on earlier bail granted while the case was adjourned for trial. EFCC counsel Adebisi Adeni presented a prosecution witness, Lawrence Akonde. The witness introduced himself as the staff of Zenith Bank PLC. Akonde told the court that he received a call from the first defendant informing him that there will be a business transaction in Akure. He said that at that point, he called one Biodun Oshodi, a zonal head of the bank in Akure, to handle the transaction. He also told the court that he received a call from the defendants to pick up box of money from Akure Airport in June 2014. According to Akonde, Fayose maintained 3 accounts with the bank, namely Fortress Investment, the privateer, and Fayose's personal account. Defense counsel Ola Olanipekun asked the witness if he met the former governor for the first time in the course of the transaction. On the cross-examination, however, the witness told the court that his bank had solicited for patronage from the defendant. Justice Aneke, however, adjourned the continuation of trial in Lagos. Apollo Reobara, NT News.
In a related development, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has granted a request by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission asking former chairman of the Pension Reforms Tax Team, Abdulrasheed Mena, and his son to temporarily forfeit 22 landed properties to the federal government. Olabode Arewa reports.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission filed an expert motion seeking an order of the court that Abdulrasheed Mena and Faisal, his son, should temporarily forfeit the said landed properties, allegedly being the proceeds of fraud. The 20 properties in question were alleged to have been purchased in the 2 names. In the expert motion, counsel to the FCC, Salisu Abubakar, indicated properties were located in Abuja, Borno, Kaduna, Sokoto, Kano, and Nasarawa states. Justice Folashade Giwa Ubanjo, while granting the order, directed that the interim forfeiture notice be publicized in the National Daily within 14 days. This is to enable anyone with an interest in the 23 properties across the country to show cause why they should not be permanently forfeited to the federal government. The court also ordered that the processes should be served on the defendants before the 19th of November, the next adjourned date. Abdulrasheed Mena is being alleged of corruptly enriching himself as the head of the Pension Reforms Task Team in Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NT News.
The House of Representatives says it will amend the 35% affirmative action for women and also include the issue of gender balance in the federal character to provide more opportunities for women in governance. The Speaker, Femi Gbadabiamila, stated this at the 19th Annual Conference of Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, Council. Lukman Adefeso reports that Lagos State Governor Dapo Abiodun was one of the speakers at the event.
The 19th Annual Conference of Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials attracted various government top echelons, including the Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, representative of wife of the President, and governors of Ogun, Lagos, and Kwara State and their wives. The Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbadabiamila, says women are born to influence the society and must be adequately empowered. He added that the House will champion the amendment of some existing laws to give more chances to women and also address their plights.
It is now important for us to begin to look at how to amend that constitution to accommodate the 30, 40, 50%, whatever we want. There's a second impediment or second amendment that could also help. And that is in the definition section of the interpretation section of the Constitution to include federal character, or to adopt federal character to include gender or gender balance. We will champion that cause in the National Assembly.
The wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, represented by Dolapo Shibajo, wife of the vice president, encouraged women to inculcate good morals and values into their children towards building a better Nigeria.
Use the opportunity of this event to share ideas about ensuring that our children grow up morally upright, patriotic, and with a sense of responsibility. We have a duty to raise better Nigerians. I also call on you to continue to be the voice of the voiceless.
The Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun, his Lagos State counterpart, and that of Kwara State canvass more recognition for women and need for the Nigerian culture to place more value on learning.
We must encourage women to participate at all levels of public and private governance because they are already society's most active mediators and pacemakers, helping to bridge divides between families, groups, and so on and so forth. The goal of the conference is to impart knowledge to all the participants, knowledge that will enable them to contribute more effectively to the collective goal of building and delivering the Lagos we all deserve.
One of the greatest achievements we will have is having you people to support us. But what we've done is a challenge to women all over Nigeria.
Other speakers called for proper gender equity, saying issues concerning women are beyond political empowerment.
Ogun State is set to host an international stakeholders conference on sustainable development for 2019. A statement signed by Tola Adeneko, Chairman, Media and Publicity, says the all-inclusive conference will draw participants from Africa and Europe, while confirmation has already been received from Germany, Kenya, South Africa, and United States of America. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo will perform the opening ceremony with the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, as chief host. With the team localizing SDGs at sub-national levels in Nigeria, gains, opportunities, and challenges, the conference will hold at June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto, Abeokuta, from Monday, October 28 to Friday, November 1st, 2019. It is expected to bring together government, civil society, the private sector, academia, media, and other non-state actors. The chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, and Governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, and the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, would be decorated as SDG champion at the ceremony. The absence of a strong sense of history and responsibility among the political class is an issue that needs to be addressed. Discussants on NTA Good Morning Nigeria have therefore suggested unity and selflessness of citizens as steps to advancing the nation. Ekemini Williams has that report.
Yes, on this divide in Nigeria, depicted in the continuous inter-ethnic rivalry and struggle for power and resources, has posed a challenge to federalism over time. This they strongly blame on conflict of interests between political elites and the people.
I think we need to recognize our history from colonial rule, the orientation our elites acquired, and how that orientation also became very important for them in advancing their material interests. Instead of developing the nation, instead of creating production, instead of ensuring equity in access to opportunities.
People already think that those who are in authority are thieves in the first place. So they've gone there to further their mess, rather than wait for any service which they believe is necessary. They think whatever they can take from them immediately will be sufficient for them to have their own share of the national cake.
In charting a new course, discussants call for a review of the electoral law and deliberate to check in the greed and self-centeredness class.
If you look at the early days of the post-independence era, you find out that the people were elected based on their integrity. We've been talking about after Father and Co. The people of their areas wanted them and they voted them into power. But right now, it is not the case. People go into office not because they are voted by the people. They go into office based on who actually, wanted them to be in office. Cut down the amount of
welfareism, you call it salary or privilege or allowance or whatever, cut it down and make the offices unattractive. You can bring as well as 100 senators from one state, doesn't matter. All it requires that let the people be properly represented.
Leaders have to be generous. Leaders have to behave like a herdman. You know, he would rather, you know, have his cows, have good pasture, good water, and then he stays with hunger.
The elites are to make a conscious effort to govern with a purpose for the future, while the economic class is also encouraged to work towards national loyalty. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTNU.
Channel 12 News continues after this time out. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching NTA Channel 12 News. And now to other reports. The world at large should look out for Nigeria and its children as the country is set to compete technologically with advanced nations in the area of science and technology in the nearest future. The exhibition of some scientific performance of students identified in the ongoing NTA ETV Science and Art Children Expo 2019 informed this. Ikechukwu Ndukwe has the rest.
Mohammed Tijani Iliasu of the Mutara Adnan Day Science College, Kano, Oyelowo Ololuwa of ICAST International College of Arts, Science and Technology, Oyo State, and Christian Asha of Government Secondary School, Lafi, Ebonyi State, are upcoming artists and scientists trying to fix the issues of renewable energy, environmental degradation, and waste-to-wealth technology in Nigeria.
Our project is on biogas system for household cooking. It is a source of renewable energy, which is from methane gas. Methane gas is from organic matter, from waste materials like kitchen waste.
We convert snake lime obtained as a byproduct from the manufacture of ethylene that is commonly known as acetylene gas to caustic soda.
I invented a thermodynamics biogas generator. The generator is beyond generating electricity. It can be used to power other heavy equipment because it uses biogas from cow dung and then palm wine. In the absence of cow dung, you can use palm wine that has fermented.
For the GMNTA ETV and Sosa Ekponwe, the future of Nigeria is bright with young talented scientists across the nation.
You know, some children, they have some hidden talent. This is an avenue for them to come to bed, to bring up what they have in them. If you go around, you see one little girl, from a picture she draw, it gets a drawing out of you and it looks exactly like you.
Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, was on hand to inspect the children exhibition to boost their morale. In Abuja, Ikechukwu Ndukwe, NTN.
Nigerians may soon beat hands on their chest and boast of finally being citizens of a country that manufactures cars from scratch to finish. This is because there are ongoing efforts by the federal government through National Automotive Design and Development Council to domesticate car manufacturing in Nigeria. Joseph Johnson reports that already the council has launched an automotive design challenge to explore the innovative talents of Nigerians. To restore the society on the path of decency and positive values, Nigerians must explore the creative industry to encourage moral values to correct societal ills. This they must do by identifying and patronizing artistic works with positive themes. Nigeria's as cinematographer and filmmaker Tunde Kelani stated this in Abeokuta while reflecting on the contributions of contemporary music to dwindling moral and societal vices.
Most people see it as business. You understand? So that is the least of their consideration. Put money into something and they want to make profit at it. As long as that such work passes through the government agencies for licensing. So it's the way I read the industry is it's not about social awareness or what it is about business, what we sell. The problem about such music, it's about it's about consumers, the preference of the society itself. If nobody was buying it, it won't sell. So as long as there is demand for it, it will continue to sell. So it's just it's not the people who are producing. It's not the problem of the people who are consuming, because that is what they like. Those are the people that make money, So if you are going to do, if you're going to pay attention to morals and values and things like that, you may end up very poor, because the society is changing. Or otherwise, you will need to do a balance between commercialism, and social awareness or political awareness.
He said people must make a choice of what to promote in the society by endorsing and patronizing such creative works.
The thing is, we have got to a stage where we have to encourage the producers to start looking at relevant things, but they will have their own argument. But by now, people should be fed up with the kind of stories that we are telling. The thing is, are we telling the right stories? What do we have any values in the stories that are being told? So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a gradual process. I think by now, the producers, they have responsibilities to the society, so this is where we should focus now.
He was speaking on the sidelines of a get-together organized by the pioneer staff of NTA Abeokuta to mark the 40th anniversary of the station. And now to entertainment. Funke Akindele wraps up first season of Jennifer's Diary sequel, Ayetoro. For details, let's join Oluwatosi Fashetire.
On entertainment news tonight, the fourth season of Funke Akindele Bello's Ayetoro has ended with the ballet getting poisoned. Funke Akindele Bello wrapped up the fourth season of Ayetoro, a sequel to a successful TV series Jennifer's Diary. Ayetoro Season 1 ended after 18 episodes of drama, love and betrayal spread across 18 weeks. With a whole new plot, Ayetoro Town still accommodates some of the characters of Jennifer's Diary that include Timini, played by Toby Makinde, Waidi, played by Tope Adebayo, Laide, played by Motunrayo Adegboye, and Jennifer, played by Funke Akindele Bello. 21st, 2019, Funke Akindele Season 1 TV published the first episode of Ayetoro on its YouTube page. The 313,844 subscribers of Season 1 TV have been enjoying the 30-minute long web series, with the Season 1 concluded after 18 episodes. Set in the birthplace of Jennifer, Ayetoro tells the story of the people of the village that has been upgraded to a town after Oyeni, played by Femi Branch, ascended the throne as the new Baale. Baale Oyeni takes on the journey to upgrade Ayetoro to a town without altering in traditional heritage, custom and tradition. While Baale Oyeni contends with all the issues and activities in ensuring growth in Ayetoro town, his half-brother Prince Oyekunle, played by Deyemi Okanlawon, returned to the country after many years in the United States of America. The development and growth in Ayetoro are fast donating in the local government and neighboring village. Want to know how Baale Oyeni made it happen? In all this, the rivalry between Jennifer and Shakura, played by Ireti Osayemi, is revisited. The two rivals from the same town have become successful in their right, while their patronage in Ayetoro, Laide, played by Motunrayo Adegboye, and Amokwe, played by Esther Kalejaye, have continued with the rivalry. The moral in the story is shown with Shakira exploits in trafficking young girls from Ayetoro to Lagos for prostitution. In the guise of housemaid was blown open. One of the girls, Eniola, played by Ronke Akonde, escaped, found Jennifer and explained her ordeals in the hands of Shakira, after which she was arrested. And that's all on entertainment news for tonight. I am Oluwatosin Fashi.
Now sport. Besides several challenges confronting the game basketball, players and coaches of the game say its neglect has become a source of concern. Akinduma.
Joy Igovodia and Adams Obudumu have certain things in common when it comes to playing basketball. They picked interest in basketball from childhood at the age of 6 and have made steady progress in the game. Joy and Adams had both represented Ogun State at international junior basketball competitions at different stages and won medals for the state.
I started playing basketball when I was around 7. Started from my first brother. When he started playing basketball, so my second brother also joined. So then I drive joined playing that game. What kept me going in basketball is determination, and when I see my younger ones play, I drive joy in it. The joy, the love that people play with, the heart they give in the game.
Despite the challenges facing the development of the game in Ogun State, Joy and Adams weathered the storm to attain these feats.
Here in Abeokuta, besides Alake Sports Center here, we hardly have any other public space for basketball. So, and if you really want the game to really spread, then the people like in Obantoko Axis, they needed something in the facility that people like the Okiata Axis, so that the easier it is for people to access them, then the more talent we can unearth.
The solutions to all these challenges are not far-fetched, even as an array of players are hopeful that the situation will improve for better in the nearest future.
They can still do a lot more. Then probably the government can help in the area of helping the private investors to come in. Private companies whereby they can come and sponsor sports. And if they make the maybe tax system or the environment conducive for them, we know a lot of them will come in and they will be ready to put in their corporate social responsibilities.
It is, however, pertinent for sport administrators in Ogun State to discover young grassroots talents and nurture them to stardom in the interest of the future of the game. Both the players and the coaches are, however, optimistic that the new government in the state will put a round peg in a round hole for all-round development of sports generally across the state.
That sports report concludes our package tonight. Thank you. aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari ṣe ń gúnlẹ̀ sórílẹ̀-èdè Russia òun àtàwọn èèkàn ìjọba tó bá kọ́wọ̀ọ́rìn tí ń fimú fínlẹ̀ lórí àǹfààní tí wọ́n lè rí mú wálé. Aláṣẹ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà tún ti fojú rinjú pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀gá lẹ́ka ètò ààbò, bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ti yan àwọn igbákejì ọ̀gá àgbà ọlọ́pàá 6. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa ti sọ wípé pẹ́rẹ́ àwọn kò ní tasẹ̀ àgẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ìlànà yíyan ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin sí ipò àkóso. Wàyí ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé láti gbọ́ ìròyìn ọ̀hún ní kíkún. Fúnmiláyọ̀ Pátọ́lá lórúkọ tèmi. Ìròyìn ọ̀hún rèé. Aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari ló ti gúnlẹ̀ sórílẹ̀-èdè Russia fún àpérò àwọn aṣáájú orílẹ̀-èdè ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ eléyìí tí yóò máa gbéra sọ lọ́la òde yìí. Ọjọ́ 3 gbáko ni ìpàdé ọ̀hún yóò fi wáyé tí wọn yóò sì jíròrò tó jinlẹ̀ lórí àwọn ọ̀nà wo ni wọ́n lè gbà rí àǹfààní látọ̀dọ̀ ara wọn fún ìmúgbòòrò ètò ààbò, okòwò, ètò ọrọ̀ ajé, ìdókòwò, ìmọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì àti ìpèsè afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Adamu Sambo tó tẹ̀lé aláṣẹ lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Russia, òun náà ló fi ààbọ̀ bó ṣe ń lọ sí ránṣẹ́. Ẹ gbọ́ ohun tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́hùn síwájú sí i látẹnu akọ̀ròyìn wa Kẹ́mi Ọ̀rúnṣolú Síkírù. Aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari àti àwọn ikọ̀ tí wọ́n jọ gbéra lọ orílẹ̀-èdè Russia gúnlẹ̀ sí Russia ní nǹkan bíi aago 12:00 ọ̀sán òní. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, Gombe àti Zamfara ló kọ́wọ̀ọ́rìn pẹ̀lú aláṣẹ níbi tí àwọn aṣojú ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Russia tí wọ́n kí wọn káàbọ̀. Lára wọn tún ni aṣojú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sí orílẹ̀-èdè Russia àti àwọn lọ́gàálọ́gàá lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ọba àti àwọn lọ́gàálọ́gàá lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ààbò. Níbi àpérò ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Russia náà, aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari yóò máa darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn olórí mìíràn láti jíròrò gbogbo ìpèníjà tó ń kojú ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà bíi ìpèníjà ohun àmúṣagbára, àyípadà ojú ọjọ́, ìdàgbàsókè ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé, ìwakùsà, ọ̀gbìn, ètò ẹ̀kọ́ àti ìdàgbàsókè ohun amáyédẹrùn gbogbo. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tirẹ̀, olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì sí aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari, Garba Shehu ṣàlàyé pé ìpàdé náà yóò máa mú ìdàgbàsókè bá ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà lápapọ̀. Kẹ́mi Ọ̀rúnṣolú Síkírù ló ti jábọ̀ ròyìn. Aláṣẹ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin àgbà ńlẹ̀ wa Ahmed Lawan ló tún ti ṣe ìpàdé ọ̀tun pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣáájú gbogbo lẹ́ka ètò ààbò lẹ́yìn tí èyí tó wáyé lọ́jọ́ 15 oṣù tí a wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí láti wá ojútùú sí àwọn ìpèníjà eléyìí tó mì ètò ààbò olú ìlú ilẹ̀ wa Àbújá lògbòlògbò. Ìpàdé lórí ètò ààbò náà ló jẹ́ lára ojúṣe àwọn aṣòfin àgbà ilẹ̀ wa láti wá ojútùú sí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò tó mẹ́hẹ lágbègbè náà. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Ignatius Nko tó wà pẹ̀lú wọn ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ ló jábọ̀. Ẹ gbọ́ bí ìpàdé náà ṣe lọ síwájú sí i látẹnu akọ̀ròyìn wa Kẹ́mi Ọ̀rúnṣolú Síkírù.